their side. But their eyes were heavy and they couldn't recognize. They were talking about the crucifixion, crying in the street. The Holy One of Yahweh, man, he can't be beat. But they killed him, and now he's 3 days gone. And the stranger in the hood just smiled and carried on. Yeah. And he said, you fool, you slow believing fool. Didn't the prophets tell you in the scripture and the school? Had to suffer, had to die, had to rise up to the sky. Then he winked at them and said, open up your eyes. Yeah. Walking with a grin, telling Cleopas, let me in, let me in. They didn't know it was him, but their hearts began to burn. That's the funniest resurrection lesson you ever gonna learn. Yeah. Now the women at the tomb have seen the angels bright, Mary and the others running through the night. But the disciples called the story nonsense and idle talk. So the risen king decided he would take a little walk. Cleopas said, stranger, are you the only one in town who hasn't heard how the Holy One was cut down? And the stranger said, oh really, tell me more about that man with his hood pulled low and a twinkle in his hand. The women were lamenting, weeping by the road, carrying the spices, carrying the heavy load. They said they took his body, we don't know where he lies. And Yahweh Shai was standing right before their eyes. But they didn't know when the hood concealed his face. He looked like a gardener standing in that place. Then he said, woman, why you weeping? Who is it you see? And when he said her name, she couldn't even speak. He said, how slow you are, how dull can two men be? The prophets wrote about this from Moses to Malachi. Then he opened up the scriptures, made their spirits dance, and they begged him, stay with us. He said, alright, one more chance. So he sat down at the table, took the bread and broke it through. And that's when their eyes opened and they saw it was him. Ooh, and he vanished, poof, gone like a ghost into the air. And they screamed and want the Lord, running back with what I said. And he said, you fool, you slow believing fool. Didn't the prophet tell you in the scripture and the school? Had to suffer, had to die, had to rise up to the sky. Then he winked at them and said, open up your eyes. Walking with a grin, telling Cleopas, let me in, let me in. They didn't know it was him, but their hearts began to burn. That's the funniest resurrection lesson you ever gonna learn. He called me a fool. Hey, hey, hey. He called me a fool. He called me a fool. But he broke the bread and my heart burned fuel. Now I know him, now I see. The risen son of Yah is walking next to me.